And again, they're down to the 42-yard line of Sullivan South. Doing a good job right now inside isolation on Deacon Bragg, the nose guard. Gate City really got a good hole right there, went off the right-hand side. So if they can continue to do that against that big front, Gate City is in business.
I'm a huge fan of just old-school smash-mouth, run-it-down-your-throat football, and that's exactly what Gate City's doing now.
Power set once again. Luke Reed's got it. He's got pulled up, and he might have got a yard. Nope, they're going to spot him pretty much about the line of scrimmage. I thought he made it to the 41, but they're going to place it at the 42. It was the same play. He just pulled it that time and sort of followed his blockers, and they were able to stop him. So, Chris, and as we mentioned, South is now in a 53 front. They're trying to jam inside. They've got 8. Now they're going to walk up the corner, 9 in the box. They're daring Gate City to throw it. Still the power set as they're going to give it to Landon Blanton this time. He's going to go up the middle, and he's going to maybe make 3 yards on that play.
If South's going to give Gate City the opportunity to pass, Gate City has shown the ability to hit those deep shots.
Again, they've got 8 and 9 in the box. The first play of the game, Jenkins was able to get outside and we'll see what happens here as it's 3rd down and 7 from the Sullivan South 39-yard line. They're going to give it to Jenkins. Once again, he's going left-hand side. He's got some running room. He's going to be tackled about the 32. However, there's going to be a penalty on the play. Landon Blanton's already got his hands up. They're going to probably say holding against Gate City, I'm going to assume.
I'm going to hold out for a face mask on South. Nope, they're going back that way.
Again, he threw it right at Landon Blanton. Blanton put his hands up like it wasn't me, but they're going to call it. So first penalty of the night goes against Gate City, a 10-yarder. That's going to back Gate City up to about the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 15 now as they're going to have John Sally, split to the right. And they're still in the power back set.
And Gate City popped off a little early on that one.
A little bit of motion in the backfield. I don't know if they're going to call that one on Tomlinson and Roten. 5 more, so.
And this bit Gate City last week, if you remember, right towards the end of the game, when Gate City needed to respond to Abington, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, and they're doing it early tonight.
3rd down and 19. 9:12 left here in the first quarter. Sullivan South leads 7-0. As, again, they're going to the offset I. And Reed's going to be back to throw, and pass is going to be short.
There we go.
And there's going to be a penalty flag on the play. That's going to go pass interference against Eli Topping. He got tangled up with Landon Blanton.
That was kind of a late flag. I thought I was going to have to go down there to the sidelines for a minute.
I thought you actually threw it from up here. It took it a while to get down on the field. But, again, pass interference. So the first penalty of the night, costly for the Rebels, as we're playing a little bit of penalty roulette right now.
Last week the officials didn't really call a penalty the first half. And this week they're trying to make up on their average, I believe.
So that's going to make them about 3rd down and 4. As, again, Sally split left. One back in the backfield will be Tomlinson. Here comes DeAndre Mack to the right, and he's got some room. He's going to go up, and he's going to be tackled. That's going to be about the 33-yard line. He's going to be about a yard short. And I don't think Coach Housewright's going to think about it. He's going to go for it. 4th down and about half a yard for Gate City.
To me, Joe, this is a no-brainer. You go Calhoun.
Yep.
Until they prove they can stop him.
But he's not in the ball game, and there's a timeout on the field. So 8:33 left here in the first quarter. 4th down and 1. Gate City's going to be going for it. They're going to talk about it first. So, of course, we don't have any scores coming in, I guess, from other games have just kicked off here in Southwest Virginia. So as we do get those throughout the quarter, we'll try to get those to you. But, yeah, he didn't have you talk about Calhoun. He wasn't in the ball game. He had Tomlinson in the backfield. They were in that one set where they had 2 splits, 2 slots, and then the one back. So probably some personnel changes during this timeout. South already broke their huddle, and here comes Gate City out. But as I don't see, there he is.
Of course, now you know South's going to be king on him. Might not be bad to send Jenkins around the outside again.
So they're basically in the tee, and South is going to play a 6-5 as they're going to give it to Calhoun. He ups up the middle.
Called it.
Just like your neighbor, State Farm is there. First down, Gate City.
That's about 5 yards for Calhoun, straight up the middle. South knew he was getting the ball. South played to stop him, and he just overpowered them.
So, first down and 10, 8:22 left. Clock is running. Gate City driving. They're on the Sullivan South 28-yard line as they jump back in the tee. They're going to give the ball to DeAndre Mack. He goes up the middle, and he's going to gain about 3, give him 4. He's down to the 24-yard line. Sullivan South content to stay in that 6-5 goal line defense. Gate City in the 2 tight and T formation. Mack comes out, and Tomlinson comes in to replace him. As this time, John Sally splits out left, and Reed will be in the shotgun. He's going to give the ball to Carson Jenkins around the left-hand side. He's got a little bit of room, and he breaks one tackle. He's down the sideline. He goes down. He's out of bounds. Looks like around the 9-yard line. Give him a first down. Gate City inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal.
That's about a 16-yard carry for Jenkins. They had him short of the first down, but he was able to shake loose and then go to that extra gear he's shown us and pick up about 6 more yards after that.
Gate City driving, 7:33 left here in the first quarter. South's up 7-0, but Gate City knocking on the door. Back in the one-back offense, and you've got Calhoun behind Reed. Here comes the motion. He's going to go up the middle to Calhoun, and he bounces off 1, bounces off 2, and he gains about maybe 1 or, give him 1 yard. He's down to the 8-yard line, and this is going to be second down and goal as looks like Levi Roten comes into the ball game. Logan Tomlinson will come out. And Coach Reed is talking to Luke Reed, sending him in with the play. Yeah, Chris, you were talking about with everybody in the box, wouldn't be a bad time, just a little fake and something out in the flats because South is play and run all the way. As we've got John Sally split out to the right. You've got Calhoun, and you've also got Jenkins in the backfield. They're going to give it. They're going to throw it, actually. It's going to be out in the flat to Levi Roten. Roten's got the football. He's down to the 4-yard line. About a 5-6 yard gain. He was open for a second, getting some pressure, though, from Sullivan South. Again, they were starting to – they got pretty close to him.
They almost got him there, but Reed was able to get that off and almost made it happen.
6:25 left. Clock is running. Gate City with their first possession of the night. They're down on the 3-yard line, third and goal. As they've got one back in the backfield, that is Calhoun. They've got motion. They're going to give it to Levi Roten around the left-hand side. He's going to go up and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Blue. Levi Roten from 3 yards out on a sweep to the left, and Gate City has climbed within 1. Chris, they've had no answer for our jet sweep so far tonight. Again, they're boxing everybody in. We're able to get on the corner as Roten looks to tie this thing up here. John Sally will hold as the extra point. Snap is back, and there's going to be a penalty on the play.
This drive was the best way I think Gate City could have answered South's touchdown. South is not always going to break the very first play for a 68-yard run,
Right.
But everybody in the stadium knew Gate City was going to run it, and South could do nothing to stop it.
So they back up 5 yards. This one will be from the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard attempt this time for the extra point for Roten. And here comes the snap. Snaps back. Hold. kick is blocked. And the play is dead. So 6:02 left in the first quarter. Gate City has answered. They missed the extra point. It's 7-6. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000, and they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
And we're back here live from Legion Field, Gate City and Sullivan South. 6:02 left in the first quarter. South leads 7-6. South with one play scored on their opening play of the game. Gate City took the ball right back down the field, and of course there was the blocked extra points, the only difference so far. As Reed will kick off, and he's got it, kicks it all the way down to about the 7-yard line, as that's where he's going to give the return. Great open field tackle by Logan Tomlinson as he stops him about the 25-yard line. You know, Chris, we've talked about this the first few weeks. Of course, we give up the kickoff return, or the punt return, to Richlands week 1. You know, the field position, that's probably the best we've done so far in kick coverage so far.
It is, and I don't think the South receiver even saw it coming. He was kind of blindsided by that. It was a great solo tackle.
All right, so Bergeron is in the pistol as he's got his running back behind him, and here he goes once again, 10, 12 yards. Julian Reed, another huge hole and another first down. Chris, they're getting behind that big offensive line. So far, 2 plays, and they've looked pretty good on the offensive side.
Well, hopefully Gate City can tire that big offensive line down.
As they back up, and they're going hurry up, and they're back in the pistol. They've got motion going to the right-hand side. They're going to give it to Reed once again, and he's going to break over to the right-hand side. That time is going to be tackled by Luke Reed, and from his corner/linebacker position for about 6 yards. It's 2nd down and 4, and the Rebels this time will huddle. 5:20 left here in the quarter. South with the football on their own 42-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Back in the pistol. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Rebels. As they're going to give it to Reed, he's going to come to the left. And he's got some room once again, and he breaks it through. 20, 10, 5. Nobody touched him. All of a sudden, it's the Reed show as he hit that one from the 42. So 58 yards for the Sullivan South senior, Julian Reed. And right now he's got 100. How many yards does he have?
Well, he had 68 on the first one, 58 on this one. So,
and then you throw in the 10 and the 6. So he's got over 100 yards rushing with 4:59 left here. South leads 13-6, going for the extra point. Kick is up and kick is good, and it's 14-6. So,
got to stop the big plays.
Well, and they've had success to the left-hand side. That's where he's broken out both of them. Again, they're in the pistol, which is basically a shorter shotgun, if you will. Reed is lined up as the deep back. He's about 7 yards off the ball. They're running with some motion. The tight end, they're basically telegraphing where they're going to go every time where the lead tight end's going, and he's able to get. And nobody touched him, Chris. The hole was there, and wow.
Yeah, there's not much you can say about it. Like you said, you knew it was coming, and they were just South was fast enough to hit the hole, and it was gone. They're going to have to figure out some way to contain Reed.
4:59 left here in the first quarter. 14-6, Sullivan South. As, again, back deep for Gate City will be Jenkins and Blanton and Levi Roten. Those are your deep 3. Kicking off once again for Sullivan South will be number 1, Colby Light. Last time he sort of squibbed it. See what he does